Are we live? Are we live? We're live. Hey, this is Norman. I am starting something else again. It's been like 7, 8 months since I did a meet the not artist this time. It's gonna be meet the writer. So yeah, I haven't done meet the writer in a long time. It could have been a year. Anyway, I'm gonna have a meet the writer and very very innovative, entrepreneurial young man. I admire his work ethic and I like his work. I like his work, and he's going to be here in a little bit. And same time, I'm going to try to do my stuff. I'm going to draw stuff while he's talking, and uh, I hope this gentleman, when I ask him a one question, he'll just talk, so I could do some of the drawing. But we don't know. We don't know. Uh, anyway, we'll see. I don't have my co-host with me today. I just didn't have time to ask them, so it'd be just me and the guest. So here's my guest coming right onto the stage.
Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
hey, Alan. Now everybody knows who he is, right? Everybody knows who Alan is. Um, Alan has worked on comic book on his own, couple comic books, right? Couple issues, right?
Yeah, a couple issues of my series Shentu out so far, and then the future issues are in the works.
Okay. Well, the yeah, and we're all about promoting his work here. Let me see if I could. We'll do a little visit to this page. I have it on the stage right now. Uh, just to let you guys know, give you guys a little sneak peek. Uh, we'll talk about that whenever Alan prompts for them. I'll remove them right now. And I understand that it's a huge collaboration work. I know you are working with our previous guest from the Meet the Artist, so I'm really excited about that as well. I like seeing, people from, people that I interview from this channel. It's just constantly just growing up here and there, and so it's really exciting to see that, Alan. Alan, go ahead and let's say introduce yourself, and then and what project you worked on, and what project you're working on from here on, please.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Alan Wu. I'm a writer of various formats, including prose, screenplays, and most recently, I've been focusing on comics. So I have my own little publishing label, essentially called Tortoise and Hare Comics, and in September, I just released the first couple issues of my first series, Shentu. Shentu is it's a historical fantasy adventure about an immortal rabbit woman in ancient China. It is inspired by anime and Chinese mythology and some Avatar: The Last Airbender influence. So basically, it's about a rabbit woman who becomes immortal, and then she outlives her loved ones and companions again and again as she's traveling over the course of decades and centuries. So it's really a story that's about the passage of time and seeing the people in your life go through various stages of their own lives. And because she's an immortal character, a lot of the conflict for her revolves around knowing that she's going to outlive these people and that she's going to have to move on past them. Um, so that is the series I kind of made my debut with as a writer. And for the last year or so, after I announced the first couple issues, I started working on the continuation of the project, which is called Shentu Memories of Spring. This is a special anthology comic that is based around springtime and childhood in ancient China. It's 8 short comics. Each of them is 8 pages, and it's drawn by a really incredible team of Asian artists. As Daman said, I actually met a lot of my collaborators um, through this series of meet the artist, meet the creator. Lipwei Chang and Alexandra Bustos. Like both of them I met through this channel, and it was just a real privilege and pleasure to be able to collaborate with them on this, because this project, it's really become a celebration of Asian, not just Asian culture, but also, you know, the talented creatives working in the Western comic space. So I'm really excited to you know, bring so many of them together for this project. Like, for example, one of the projects, the inks are done by Lipway, and then the colors are done by Sebastian Chang. And I saw, like, in one of the Instagram posts that they made about this, they said this is their first time working together on a project. Like, they knew each other already, but this is like their first time teaming up on the same comic. So
Cool.
I thought it was really cool to just, you know, bring Asian creators together and make this really cool anthology.
Wow. Wow. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So it looks like uh, your your campaign site has the history right there, right? The Shinto.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
so if you look at this page with the timeline, like just scroll down a little bit. Um, this is kind of the timeline for the series, so it shows people like how this anthology fits into the series. Because I know it can be a little bit confusing, you know, when, you know, like where does this fit into the series? But that's why I had my letterer and designer Rob Jones make this page that will also be in the book. But I also put it here just so people can see. Okay, so like you know, this goes between issues 2 and 3.
Oh yeah. Wow. This is really exciting. I mean, it's like seeing your universe just go from that little area to just expanding, and
Yeah, you know,
wow.
people always say that, you know, for your first comic project, you should not do a long series. You should do like just shorts or like a one shot. And I definitely see where they're coming from, but I think I kind of committed to this project that is like a pretty, you know, it's pretty large in scope. Uh, so, but I'm, you know, trying to tackle it one issue at a time, just seeing how far I can get, because I mean, I really love this story. So I'm just gonna keep making it for as long as I can.
Wow. So it has a. I know by Shinto 1 and 2 here. Uh, wh- I'm not sure, but the Memories of a Spring anthology was. I
So,
see a
so,
polar.
so Memories of Spring is the anthology that's funding that this Kickstarter campaign is for right now.
Okay.
So yeah, so that is the current project.
Oh, okay. So the 3, 4, 5, 6 is coming up projects.
Yeah, so
Uh,
they'll be after this anthology.
I see. So we're working on the anthology right now, and so all the team of artists that you mentioned is working on the memories of spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is all for the anthology. It's you can kind of think of it as like some filler stories. Like, they're not really filler, but it's like this is like a montage of the passage of time between issues 2 and 3. So the way it's gonna work ideally is that people can go directly from issue 2 to issue 3 if they want, and they won't miss too much context. But Memories of Spring really dives into like this period of time between the issues and just shows the characters growing closer together, and
Mhm.
shows one of the main characters, Xiaohou, growing up from a little boy into a teenager.
Now, Ellen, do you have a means to present this screen yourself, and can you manipulate that? I mean, manipulate the screen.
Yeah, I haven't tried to do it on StreamYard before, but I'm assuming it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. So let me
Yeah, let me take my presentation off, and if you could have your presentation on, then perhaps you could manipulate the screen.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
let me give it a shot. So if you uh oh, I don't have two monitors, but it should be.
Yeah, you could show the. I'm right now showing on two different. I have one monitor too, and I'm showing it on a different tab. You
Okay,
could,
let's see. Does
there you go.
can you see?
Yeah, there you see it. I see it now. There you
Oh
go.
yeah. Okay. And if I switch to my StreamYard tab, you still see it, right? Okay, this seems like it works pretty well.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me. I wonder if my audio works, because I want to try to
You have to
show.
you have to take this off and do it again if you haven't done it before. What you have to do is when you present this, you say I want to include the audio.
Okay, let me try. Um, oh yeah, it's turned on, so it should work. I
Whoa.
think, because I'm gonna try and show the video trailer.
Okay. All right. All right.
And we can kind of just watch it together. Have you seen it already or no?
No, no, we could watch
Okay,
it
cool,
together.
cool. Yeah, let's.
No, before we go on, I want to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get you talking. That's my job, right? and and then I want to, in honor of your effort, or because you inspire me, um, I'm going to draw you. I'm going to go on to different camera, and let's see. Let me see if I could. And I'll be drawing you, and perhaps some of the images I see. Maybe isn't my video on sketch diary, right? If you don't mind, if I do that,
Yeah, no,
okay.
go for it. Of
Uh,
course.
okay. All right. Let's go. Kick it.
So yeah, let's play this trailer because it's this. I'm really excited about this trailer. It's voiced by one of my good friends. Actually, a lot of my friends helped to kind of bring this trailer to life. One of my friends, Shreyek, he edited the video. I commissioned an amazing composer, Sarah Feng, for the music for the trailer.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then my friend Kimberly Wong, who's a professional voice actress, she voiced Shentu for this trailer.
Wow.
So let's get into it.
Do you remember those halcyon days when you were so small? Just the two of us against all the world. You taught me to appreciate simple joys that I had forgotten over my countless years. We weren't perfect, of course. You had your rebellious years, and sometimes I was sure you hated me. We both made mistakes, but we did the best that we could. Day by day, year by year, until before I knew it, you'd grown up. Someday you'll be gone and I'll be alone again. But I'll always cherish those memories we made. Our memories of spring.
Awesome. Awesome. So that was sort of like going over your first two issues, right?
No, so this is art from the anthology itself.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is all. Yeah, I guess you haven't seen the first two issues because you still haven't received them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is all previews from the anthology.
Hmm.
You can kind of tell from the narration the structure of the anthology is every story is set in the springtime of a different year. So
Mm.
even though it's an anthology, there's still kind of a chronological progression.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first story, the apprentice Xiaohou is 7 years old. And then by the last story, he's around 14 or 15 years old. So you can see him like in the trailer too. He's kind of growing up over the course of the stories.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you know this or not, but I do believe I got your PDF file. and saw it over, but yeah, I my memory is very shocky right now. My memory is really off right now because of the stroke I had. But uh, so yeah, forgive me if I'm not remembering things right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no worries.
uh, um, uh, so this is an anthology. So you didn't then do any you didn't pull off those images from the first two books.
No, all of the art here is from the upcoming anthology.
Okay, and so you got new artists on this one.
Yes,
I
yes.
remember that you had a previous artist was from Mexico, somewhere southern
Brazil. Yeah,
Brazil. Yeah.
Dobby Howison.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was is also an amazing artist to work with, but it is a different team for this anthology.
Okay, let me go ahead and take this off for a little temporarily remove this. This is yours because okay, so okay,
Mhm.
so the you are dressed up in the immortal goddesses, basically. Is that right?
Oh, uh,
The bunny suit.
the bunny suit. Well, it's just it's relevant to Shentu, right? So I figured, I gotta kind of represent her. Um, so I figured I'd wear this. I was also on K-pop's channel last week, I think, and
Yeah, I saw you there.
yeah, I wore this for that as well.
Oh, cool, cool. I love it. I love it. Now, uh, you have a so this anthology is one book,
Yes, it is one book.
and
Although there will be some sequels to it essentially. So how it works is actually if you could uh put my screen back up for a second. Um the structure I have planned for the Shentu series
mhm.
is that after the prologue, it alternates between anthologies and story arcs. So, currently we're at Memories of Spring, the anthology, and then Days of Spring will be a story arc. And after that will be the next anthology, Memories of Summer. So you can kind of see it's a pretty straightforward naming style where we alternate between memories and days for each of the seasons. And so it will conclude ultimately with Days of Winter.
Now let me put myself back on here. I'm gonna bring myself on. I do want to remind the audience now that we have somebody watching us. Uh, we had a winner last time from Alan's when we were promoting Alan. We were giving up some Alan's book, and I know one of you. I hope you. I don't think it was Ben Compton. I know it was somebody, but anyway, I hope they watch it on Rewind since I don't see it. I don't see them here right now, but uh, they won I think 5 books. And so here's the one I'm gonna offer. If uh, if you send those book back, I'll pay for the shipping. 4, you could keep one, of course, and I will also give you New Alan's book because I'm gonna see if I could get multiple books from him. So yeah, so that person will get that. If and please let me know on a IG, and if you happen to be listening out there, let me know on the chat. And
And and also if you want, I have the addresses for the people I send it to, so I can try and find out who the people are and tell you later if you want.
oh, okay, okay, good, 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 good. Because that way I get his books back, and then I have one for myself, and then maybe a couple to give away also on top of that. That'd be pretty cool. Um, yeah, that's what that's what that's okay. Now let go ahead, Alan. Tell us all about your project, how you envision it, and who's been working with you. I know that some of these people, like uh, what's his name, Ray, one guy from not Singapore. I forgot what country.
You mean
Lay,
Lipway
yeah,
or?
Lipway, yeah, Lipway. Is he from Singapore? I forgot.
I think I'm not sure where he's from, but I think he's living in Malaysia at
Yeah,
the
Malaysia,
very
Malaysia.
least.
Yeah, and then you got Alexandria. She's from Canada.
Yeah,
Uh,
here I have like just like a brief list of some of the artists who are working on the project, and then uh in the individual story previews, which I can go over in a little bit, it has all the information of the artists who worked on each one.
okay, cool. All right, go at it then. I'm gonna go back to my little. By the way, those of you just came on, I'm drawing Alan, and hopefully I'll get some drawing done. I would like to make a little montage of Alan and his little universe, and give them one a drawing. So
Yeah, that's why I ran to put my bunny hoodie on. So because when Naman said he was gonna draw, I thought like this needs to be in the picture.
okay, all right. I'm gonna go back to my other camera, and I'll let you head on.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, so I mean, we can uh have like a bit of a conversation, but for first of all, like I'll just go over the the Kickstarter and project a little bit, so that'll buy you some time to draw, hopefully. Um, so from the top, this project that I'm funding on Kickstarter, it's called Shentu Memories of Spring. Um, and this is a continuation of the Shentu series following after issues 1 and 2, as you can see on this map here. This is something that I started working on basically immediately after I announced the first couple of issues. And for me, like outside of the story, this is me trying to take a pretty big step forward as a comic writer and creator. Up until this point, I had only worked with one artist on my first couple of issues, and so one of the things I wanted to do was to get experience working with just a lot more artists, because every artist, they have their own personalities and styles of communication and art styles and all of that. And I wanted to, build up my own experience. So that was part of the reason why I wanted to do an anthology project. But also, it made a lot of sense for the story at the time, because Shentu as a series, it's like one of the main motifs is the passage of time. So over the course of the series, Shentu herself is the immortal protagonist, so she's not going to age. But all the other characters in the story are mortal, so we're going to see them going through like very different stages of their lives. And both Shentu's friends and enemies are going to go through multiple generations of their family, all while Shentu is interacting with them. So because that was part of the premise, I thought I had to show the passage of time, but it also wouldn't be satisfying if I just completely skip over, all the time that passed. If it was just like, okay, this boy is now a teenager all of a sudden. Um, so, in order to kind of illustrate, the passage of time, I decided to do this anthology that would just collect different, key childhood experiences of the boy Xiaohou, who's the character you see in this cover here. And the structure, once again, is that even though it's an anthology, every story takes place in the springtime of a different year. So over the course of the anthology, as you read, from the beginning to the end, the stories, uh, you know, they they're intended to function as standalone, self-contained stories. But you'll also see the boy Xiaohou, grow up over the course of the stories. I will talk. One other thing about the title. So it's called Memories of Spring, and in this context, we mean spring in terms of both the season of springtime, with the end of winter, flowers blooming and all that, but also the springtime of just being a kid and growing up. So spring in that sense as well. So the stories in the anthology, they will explore not just the springtime of the season, but also of Youth. So yeah.
Wow.
Before I,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, before I get into the stories, I just wanted to show off the covers a little bit. Um, the main cover was drawn by Eileen, who I feel like she's I see her work pretty often in the indie comic space and the comic space at large. When I saw her portfolio on her website, I saw she had drawn some stories set in historical China, and I immediately knew I wanted her on board for the project. So I reached out to her about doing interior art for one of the comics, and then we decided to do a cover at some point afterward. And I'm really happy that she was willing to do a cover as well, because it was also her idea to do a traditional Chinese painting style for the cover. And I think it came out very, very beautifully. And it is really just evocative of the vibe of the story, and also, once again, the season of springtime.
I love those. What are those pink flower trees?
Yeah, the cherry
Cherry
blossom.
tree, yeah, cherry blossom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
They're beautiful. The pink, just like the pink and green together, I feel like conveys the vibe of springtime very well.
yeah.
Um, and but aside from this, I also did a cover with Hai Ning, who also did art for one of the stories. Hai Ning is also the artist, or she did the cover art for Shentu issues 1 and 2. She's the artist for DC series Spirit World, and she's drawn some issues of Poison Ivy and some other comics as well. She's one of my absolute favorite artists working in comics, so I'm just beyond thrilled to have her be part of this project.
Wow, you got some big stars on this working on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
truly an incredible team, honestly. And so for this cover, I wanted it to be uh, so for the campaign, I planned to run it so that Lunar New Year would be, within the middle of the campaign,
Hmm.
because everything about the project revolves around springtime and the new year and all that. So I just thought this would be, it would make sense to run the campaign around this time, because then the book itself can come out, you know, in spring of this year.
Mm.
Um, and so because Lunar New Year is coming up in just a few days, I thought it would be very timely to do a variant cover based around Lunar New Year and the Year of the Snake specifically, since, this is the 2025, the Year of the Snake. And I just wanted to do this cover that's themed around a red envelope. So Hai Ning really took this idea and executed it incredibly well. And I love this cover. I think it pairs very nicely with this first cover, in my opinion, because
Hmm.
this one is more traditional, and it's like a softer, like mostly green color, and this one is very bright and more modern.
Oh wait, there's a couple too. That's part of the inside, not the splash page.
Sorry. Oh, this
Yeah,
yeah,
this cover also.
this is the variant cover.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So this
So same artist.
uh
One.
so so this cover is by Hai Ning.
Oh, Kahani. Right.
And this one is by Eileen Widjaja.
Yeah.
So yeah, two amazing artists. And actually, for this year of the snake cover, I have a variant of the variant cover. Here, see it's a different colored version of Heineen cover. So it's red and gold, colored by Lazel. Um, so this design is like it's even more in the style of a red envelope. So it's got the red and gold pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm using this design for a special red envelope that
Mm.
will be part of one of the reward tiers. So if you get the year of the snake reward tier, it comes with a red envelope like this one, and it will contain some Shentu stickers.
Cool. So you got some stickers you can show us too, or?
So I don't have the stickers ready to show right now,
Mm-hmm.
but they will mostly be made from art of from the comic. So just kind of like cropping those to make stickers.
Cool. All right. Here's what I have so far. I need to look at your face a little bit more. Can I take that off a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see your face again. So I don't know how to make out the I need to make out. It's nice that I have your glasses because glasses help me. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to make you smile. So you have
Yeah, I look very serious right now.
no, yeah. Well, let me see if I think there's a little. I'm developing a little. I'm trying to make you smile a little bit because okay, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do this a little bit.
Yeah, I can also try to smile more if that would make it
There you
helpful.
go. I see that now. You can see. I did close. Your teeth is a little bit clenched. Let me see your teeth. How your teeth is. Okay. Maybe if I give a little bit of space between the teeth. Yeah. Yeah.
Just let me know when I can put my teeth away.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Let me see. Put you back on add it back to the stage. All right. So now let me look at that. I'm going to look on my screen because I can hardly see it on your screen. But so uh, h- how many pages in anthology?
So this
That
anthology,
written all by you or anybody else help write it or?
it is written all by me.
Okay.
Um, there will be 64 pages of main story art because
Mm-hmm.
it's 8 stories and each of them is 8 pages, so that just works out to 64 pages very cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there will also be some additional art between the stories. So if you include those, it will be a little bit over 70 pages in total.
Wow. So it's not a small book.
Yeah, it's about twice as long as or even almost 3 times as long as a regular size comic issue.
Right. Wow. That's is it going to be a hardcover or soft cover?
It will be soft cover.
Okay. And can we look at some of your packages that are available?
Yeah, so I kept my reward tiers pretty simple because this is my first Kickstarter campaign, so I wanted, I didn't want to go like too crazy or complicated with it. So in terms of the packages, of course, Kickstarter always has the default tier where you can pledge just $1. Any amount is always helpful. The base digital tier is $15. So for this tier, you just get the PDF of the book, and that comes uh, with all the stories and the title pages and the art between the stories and all of that. So it's a very complete package. And then we have the first physical tier at $25. The shipping I've set as $10 within the US and then $20 internationally, because shipping is pretty expensive right now, unfortunately. But anyway, so the physical edition is $25. It comes with the main cover. Excuse me. Or for $30, you can get the Lunar New Year edition, which comes with Hai Ning's cover and the red envelope that I mentioned earlier. So those two are kind of the the base options for the physical reward tiers. And beyond that, I have the deluxe digital edition at $40. So this one comes it's the digital version of the book once again, but it also comes with my scripts for all the stories and some additional commentary on kind of the inspiration and the intention behind the stories, and maybe some of my commentary on how the pages turned out. And maybe I'll throw in some developmental art as well. This is
Cool.
just so this is just designed to include some kind of like behind behind the scenes look at how the project came together and what my process of writing it looks like. I wanted to add this because when I was planning the Kickstarter, I wanted to have a way of adding in some additional content, um, you know, so that people can get more content if they want to, put more money in. But I didn't want to ask for too much from my artists because I know they were already like working very hard on just the art for the stories. So I tried to think of a way where I could contribute some more content, and what I settled on was including my scripts and some commentary. Um,
Hmm. Here, let me go ahead and put myself on the control for a little bit here.
okay.
So first of all, I'm at the main menu, right? So if I want to go to your rewards, I have to click on the rewards, right?
Yeah, you can also just see them on the campaign page. If you stay on the campaign page and scroll down, they show up on the right side as well.
Campaign page, right side.
Yeah, if you scroll down on yeah or uh huh
Let me go to the reward page.
yeah I guess that makes it simpler.
Yeah, let me go to reward page here. And so there's a digital edition, $15. And then physical edition.
Yes. Oh, by the way, so the physical editions, they all come with a digital edition as well. So anyone who gets the physical tier, they'll also send the PDF as well.
Okay. Then you got the Lunar New Year edition.
Yeah, so this is the version with Hai Ning's cover and the red envelope with the stickers.
Yeah, and that looks delicious, by the way.
Yeah, the bunny buns. Hi that was all Hai Ning's idea. I didn't ask for that, but I'm so glad that she came up with this.
Who's this kid's? Is one of the
Uh,
character?
Yeah, so he's the other main character besides Shentu. His name is Xiaohou, and this anthology is really about his childhood. So he's the character who grows up from a little kid into a teenager over the course of the anthology.
Let me ask you this: do you have some sad moments where your hero, the immortal rabbit lady, she gets old, and these kids grow up, and then they become old, and then she has to watch him pass?
Yeah, that is actually like the main premise of the book, essentially, the
Uh-huh.
fact that she's immortal. And so that's what makes some of these stories very, bittersweet, because part of it, part of it is just a normal parent experience almost, because no,
Mhm.
like even just regular parents, that it's kind of sad, or you feel emotional watching your kids grow up, right? But for Shantu, it's kind of even more emotional because she knows that um, his entire life is going to pass by, and she's going to just be alone again afterward.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, like you said, happy and sad. Because you see, I mean, she gets to go through this their childhood happiness. Then she get to see them, grow old.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the one of the main themes of Shentu is that it's basically that it is fundamentally sad that like the time that we have to spend with each other is limited,
Hmm.
but the positive takeaway is that this is, I think that's what makes it more important to cherish the time you have with your family, and
Uh,
make the most of it. That's kind of the main message I want to convey with Gentoo as a whole.
yeah. Okay. And she probably will never know the emotional sadness, happiness that we mortals face. Yeah, $50 here.
Yeah, so that one is just it includes the backer's name on the special thank you page, if they want to do that tier. And beyond that, there's the $65 tier that gets you both covers as well as everything in the previous tiers. So that tier is just, if people can't choose between the two covers, or if they want both, for like completion purposes, that's the $65 tier.
Cool. And then here's $65 tier. Then complete plus
Yeah,
ketchup.
the $80 tier is just the complete edition, but it also comes with Shentu issues 1 and 2. So that's for if people didn't get the previous issues and they want everything all at once, they can just get that tier.
Okay, cool. All right. Now I see that your pledges at right now. Wow, you're almost there, bud.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. It's
Mm,
it's
yeah.
been it's been like a pretty steady the momentum has been like pretty steady over the last week or so. People say the campaign slows down a lot like in the middle, and it's definitely hasn't been like popping off necessarily, but it's been growing just like steadily. So we're actually getting close to 90% funded right now, and
Mhm.
that's why just like this weekend in particular, I've been trying to make a push to climb to 100% if possible, because for one thing, I think with Lunar New Year coming up this week, it's just kind of like a good time to like for people to pick up this book that celebrates springtime and new beginnings and all of that. But also, I'm working on some exciting stretch goals that I want to share once we reach 100%. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to share those soon.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let you drive the because I'm gonna do some little little pledging here. I don't want you to see my financial.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. So I'm
Pass
gonna let
pass
you.
the wheel back to me.
Yeah. There you go. And now I'm gonna see if well, what do I want? I get to
Cool.
shopping. I shop and you get to talk.
Yeah, let me just talk a little bit about like the different story previews. So, I had it when I was coming up with the different stories that would be in the anthology. There were like a few different goals I had so I wanted to like, make sure that I was hitting all of the goals with the stories. So I wanted to showcase the meaning of springtime in China, both culturally and geographically. So the stories are set just in different parts of the country, in terms of like what springtime looks in different environments and what like celebrations in the towns look like. And I also wanted to explore different childhood experiences that Xiaohou would have, just kind of like classical childhood, boyhood moments, ideally capturing both, you know, the highs and lows of growing up. And for this, I kind of tried to draw from my own personal experiences of growing up and tried to work those into the anthology as well. So this first comic, it's drawn by Ralph Barrientos, and you can see he has
Ah,
a
beautiful.
very unique, like painterly, beautiful art style. You don't see this style in comic books very often, but I think that it works very well for this story in particular because this is the first story, so it's the earliest memory, of Xiaohu's childhood. So I like to think that it's kind of, blurry as a memory even in his mind. So when he thinks about it, it's everything is kind of hazy and uncertain. And so Ralph's art style just of making everything look like kind of like a dreamy like fairy tale essentially, with this lovely like painterly look. I think it really helps to set the tone for the anthology as a whole. So yeah, very incredible work from him.
Let's see.
And the second story is by the amazing team up of Lipwei Chang and Sebastian Cheng. As I mentioned, this is I think their first team up on working on one comic together. And Sebastian, he has a very busy schedule, so he hasn't gotten started on the colors quite yet. But so I just have the inks for this preview. But you can see Lipway's work is really amazing. He's so good at action scenes. So when I was picking, which artist to go with which story, I really wanted to assign this story to him because it was kind of the most action heavy, and I knew he would be able to make Shentu look really cool. Um, so yeah, very very exciting stuff, and I'm sure Sebastian's coloring is going to make it look even more amazing. The third story is drawn by Eileen. So in addition to doing the main cover, she also did both the inks and colors on this story, and she has just been a real pleasure to work with. You can see she's good at different art styles because the it's a much more stylized look in the cover where it's like an ancient painting. And this one you can still tell it's her, but it's like a more kind of a more modern anime-esque style. So very very lovely work from her as well. The fourth story is The Legend of Xiaohou, drawn by Jennifer Liu. This one is kind of like one of the sillier stories. You can see on the first page, Xiaohou is, Shentu is lecturing Xiaohou, and he's being overwhelmed by it, which I think is kind of a key childhood experience. It's also based on a real experience I had of when I was, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years old, and I decided to run away from home because I was mad at my parents, and I just got like one block away, and then I got scared and came back home. I think this is probably a common experience for kids where you feel dramatic and you think I'm going to run away, and then you just immediately get tired and give up and go back. So this is I wanted to write that experience into something that Xiaohe did as well.
Well, let me take a control. I
Okay.
want to because I want to go over those arts that you went over. Okay.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me,
yeah, of course.
all right. So, by the way, you got a little update there, buddy.
Oh wow, yeah, no, that's a very very significant significant jump. Thank you.
uh, let's see. I did tell you I love the food, and
Otaku is in the chat, by the way.
yeah, I
I
saw
was just
Otaku.
yeah, I was just
Yeah,
chatting with.
by the way, Christina, thank you for all the links. And hey, Otaku Hyung, how are you? And Otaku Hyung, if you want to come up, you're welcome to come up. Let me see if I could. Let's see. Copy. Control V. Matter of fact, Christina, if you're down there, you're welcome to come up also. Anyway, yeah, we're just celebrating this man's success. And now, by the way, this is by Mit, the lady. I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. Inkarat
Oh, yeah,
Mitagante.
Inkarat, I believe. I'm also not certain, but he's an artist who I've worked with on a couple different projects now. He's really incredible, and I feel like he's such a prolific artist too. I hope everyone follows him on
No problem.
on Twitter and Blue Sky, because he posts a lot of his concept art for different things, and it's his his art is just so creative. He like not just his art, but he comes up with character concepts that are very visually exciting and distinct. And he's just an amazing artist. Um, I've actually so he's not doing one of the main stories for Memories of Spring, but I'm already
Uh,
talking to him about doing a story for Memories of Summer, hopefully, which will be next year. So I'm, starting to plan ahead. But what he did for this book, as you can see from this illustration that you're looking at,
uh-huh.
is these are going to be the illustrations that are between the stories. So it's kind of a little, almost like a flip book
Uh-huh.
of Shentu measuring Xiaohou's height in every image, and he's going to be growing up a little taller, like in each between each chapter.
Oh, how cute! How cute!
Yeah, yeah. So that's just another way of showing the passage of time.
Yeah, okay. And this way he draws the chi- I mean, there's he's very distinct children. That Charles are hard to draw, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Now this art is by Ralph Berentos, Filipino visual artist. And I love how he uh, I mean, you got the aerial view and the again very no, you making it very heartfelt because you're starting out with the whole connection with the young children.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
Ralph's style, it's very just like emotional and beautiful. And it's very different from the type of art you see in most comic books, right? So I think it's a very distinct style, but it also like fits very well with the theme of the book.
I love it. Then you got the very clean, very marble marble art. Marble comic book artwork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible action scene from Lipway.
yeah, kind of manga plus marble art in between the two is the boys. Then Sebastian Chang. So when you say anthology, how many say you say how many stories there were in the anthology?
So there will be 8 in total, and I
Uh-huh.
have 7 preview pages on this Kickstarter page, because there's actually one story that I haven't announced the artist for yet, but I should be able to announce that pretty soon, hopefully. But so right now there's only previews for 7 of the stories.
And here's the art
So
by Jennifer Liu. Is that right?
yes,
Yeah. Whenever I pronounce someone's name wrong, please correct me. Wow. Oh, wow. Fish in the Sea, art by.
this is the one by Hai Ning and Alexandra, who is
They
another
work together.
friend of these channels.
Uh-huh.
I met Alex, through your Meet the Artist series,
Uh-huh.
and so it was very exciting to be able to work with her. I think this was her first time doing coloring for like a comic book sequential project, and she really did an amazing job.
I love it. So I'm assuming this is all digital art so far.
Uh, yes.
Yeah.
I not I think not all of them they're mostly digital. If you go to the bottom, the very last one, Minerva did the inks for that one uh
Mhm.
physically. Yeah, this one. Um,
This one?
yeah, so I think the
Mm.
inks for this were physical, and then the coloring was digital.
Ah, I see. I see. I see. Man, this is so exciting. So exciting. Uh, risk and challenges.
Yeah, see, I mean, this is a section that hello Jeffrey. Yeah, thanks for coming to listen to us talk. I'm
And Jeff,
fully in agreement. It's really beautiful artwork. But yeah, Kickstarter, you have to have this section about risks and challenges. So I just said, like, I'm planning as best as I can. If if for some reason like the printing gets delayed, that might affect everything, especially if with like the new tariffs and stuff like that. But the project is I would say around 75% complete, or maybe like 66% complete already. So it's getting close to finishing, and everything is going pretty smoothly so far.
well, that's amazing, amazing stuff, buddy. And within 1 year too. I mean, uh, and then the even excited for your future. You got all future mapped out right here. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to break it down into chunks so that like if for example after Shentu 6, if I go bankrupt, then like hopefully that'll be like an okay stopping point.
Uh-huh.
But I like of course my hope is that I can keep the series going for as long as I can. And
So how
that
is this? How uh, this kick? I'm not quite sure how Kickstarter works. So how does this Kickstarter will help you? You know, help you finish this project throughout. I mean, at least till summer 2026.
so I mean how Kickstarter works is first of all this the goal, even though the goal is $5,000, it costs a lot more than $5,000 to put together, like all together, in terms of paying the artist and all that. So I mostly funded it by myself to begin with, and then this $5,000 goal is basically to help get the project over the finish line and pay for the printing and shipping to get the books out to people who want it. It also is a good way of just getting more visibility on the project as a whole, because some people, they just prefer to buy things through Kickstarter rather than on Shopify or personal websites.
Hmm.
So what I'm doing with this campaign, like obviously, like I do want the funding, but the more important part of it to me is just getting more people to see and know about Gentoo as a series.
Hmm.
Because if more people become fans of the series, then that'll just make it a lot more feasible for me to keep going with the series and keep making content if there are readers out there for it.
So, so let's assume that you got funded. Let's assume you got overfunded by $2,000, right? Does that mean that other people can buy these? I mean, are you going to try to put them into a store, or
You
are
mean
they going to be?
so after
Yeah.
the campaign?
Mhm.
So after the campaign, if people like still want to get the book, for one thing, I'll be doing more tabling at various conventions this year
Ah.
probably.
Mhm.
So for people who like are at the same cons as me, that's one way to get the books. I'll probably try to put them online, like on my store as well, just for convenience.
Mhm.
And I'll also see if there are stores willing to take on a few copies, because I'd love to just put the book into more places if I can.
So you are printing more than what the.
So I will print more than what people order from this campaign, but the
Mhm.
campaign will help me gauge how many copies I need.
I see.
So yeah, because that'll help me gauge the demand, and then after that I'll try to have, enough like to sell at cons and stuff like that. But I'm not going to print like exactly the number that people buy through the campaign.
Right. Okay. Then uh so more you get over the 5,000 will help you get even more prints.
Yes, so I'm also so Kickstarter campaigns usually have stretch goals, which is targets that people set once you reach 100% funding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually they'll add on small stuff like say, let's say if we get to $6,000, then everyone will get like a free bookmark with their
Mm-hmm.
rewards. Small stuff like that. So there will kind of be goals to work toward even after or if we reach 100% funding.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, basically, any additional money and support I get, I'm just gonna use that to make more Shentu content in the future. So that's what it goes toward.
Now, if so, how has you been going to a convention yourself?
Yeah, so I have just like I'm very new to tabling at conventions.
Mm-hmm.
I've done uh only only one at an actual small trade show so far. I tabled at a small holiday market in November, so that was my
Mm-hmm.
first time. I did a small convention a couple weeks ago, and then just yesterday, I tabled at my local comic book store and just sold and did like a signing of some issues of Shentu number 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
and told people about the anthology there. So I'm slowly building experience with that. I was very nervous at first, but now I'm getting a little bit more used to it.
Mm. Now you were you able to go to these shows and pay for the table itself, or was that an
Um,
investment too?
yeah, so it's it's pretty difficult to like to kind of break even with the tables. Like I definitely could not do it at larger shows right now because the fees for those are much higher, of course. Um, but since I'm doing mostly smaller events, I've been able to just like at least pay for the cost of the table with what I'm doing. So yeah.
Now the I noticed that I noticed a lot of young artists goes out to these shows, and they not only sell their own art, but they also sell their fan arts, right?
Right.
And so they have a lot of inventory besides their books. They would have their books too, but uh, they would have t-shirts, bags, and stickers. Um, you Are you thinking that revenue to farm more books for your project?
So do you mean like fan art of like Shentu, or like do you like fan art of like just like more popular series?
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, some people will have their own. If you are working, I mean, if you're making stuff like making stickers for your own art, right? Then that's not a fan art. You're just doing your art. But let's say if you took some Spider-Man, I'm sure you don't want to do that. I mean, but then that would be a fan art. Let's say you
Yeah,
made a
yeah, okay,
sticker.
yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So um it's a bit different when I'm approaching this as a writer purely because
Mhm.
it just doesn't make as much sense for me to have fan art of other characters
Right.
um because it's just like it's not really something that would be my work in any capacity.
Hmm.
Um, so I probably, for now, keep it more focused on, you know, stuff that's directly related to Shentu or my series.
Hmm.
Um, but something that I am doing, not for merch, but I've commissioned some fan art of Shentu meeting some characters from other media, and I did that as something just kind of for fun, but also to maybe get a little bit more visibility for Shentu, because you can kind of just like see her alongside these more popular characters.
Well, I really think that you need to expand your merchandise because uh, and I was thinking more in terms of uh, your own product, no, not a fan art. Like I could see, I mean, you could make your own stickers. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
I am. I mean, I am thinking of doing some stickers for the reward tier, as I mentioned, and I am open to doing just like more, merch. But I'm kind of, starting out small, because like I said, it's my first Kickstarter, so I didn't want to go like too crazy with different stuff. But
uh,
once I get more momentum going, like I definitely want to explore uh different merch options.
yeah. I mean, the stories are very compelling for me. The uh, the immortals, trying to. I don't know if this immortal ever wants to be immortal, but uh, I mean, at some point in time, looks like she'll be tired of saying goodbye to all those friends of hers.
Yeah, but the problem is that like it doesn't matter if you get tired of it. Like there's nothing that she can do about it really. Like because she simply is
You can
immortal, and
see-
all she can do is kind of learn to live with it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so that's kind of the emotional part of it.
yeah. I just cannot. I guess as a mortal, we don't know. We cannot fathom how immortal could live so long and say so many goodbyes.
Yeah,
You know how many times is enough. But if it's then and then if she does get used to it, is she really does she really open up to these people when, or is that is she a little more reserved about opening up to all these mortals? That would be one of my big question. Is it when you know that would be a good question to ask as you tell your story, like, right? I mean, this immortal, is she really care for these mortals? I mean, at, at, at some point in time she's gonna think, can she have I mean, eh, because we ourselves as mortal, we are always thinking about how insignificant we are, right? And
yeah,
will more immortal will think of us as insignificant at beginning, maybe when even was she immortal beginning, or she became immortal?
she became immortal.
Yeah, so she does have that growing period where she, you know, sh-
Yeah, like she was like a little kid at one point, and
yeah,
then she just kind of stopped aging forever.
yeah. So I mean, at certain point, when she's gonna think, oh, these immortals are insane. I mean, these mortals are insignificant. They don't deserve my care and my love. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I
what?
mean it's a lot to potentially explore, right? And because
Yeah,
she's immortal, so she has all the time to go through these different character developments.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's a very interesting. Uh, yeah, building a very interesting universe here. So I'm really excited for you. Um, let's see. Do you have anything that you want to discuss? Do you have any other project that's coming up or something that?
Um, no, this is the main thing. I do have like a couple new series I'm working on, but I haven't
Mhm.
announced those quite yet. So just I'll just cryptically say that I do have some more stuff that I'm gonna be able to talk about soon.
Mhm.
Uh, because once I started making Shentu, I wanted to I kind of immediately wanted to start new series as well, so that like I wouldn't just be the person writing Shentu, but rather, a comic book writer and creator who has different multiple series. And so I've been working on those other things too, and at least one of them I'll be able to announce like in the next couple of months, most likely. So yeah, it's exciting stuff. But there's nothing else concrete really. Like my main thing right now is just this Kickstarter for this anthology, and that's why I've been trying to do my best to tell people about it, because it's pretty challenging right now, because social media is kind of falling apart, and so I'm
What do
just
you
I
mean
don't know.
by they're falling apart? What do you mean by that?
Well, just I think people are kind of becoming like disillusioned with social media. Like uh, a lot of people left Twitter. People are leaving Facebook and Instagram now, so people are scattered on Blue Sky and other platforms, and it's just a strange time in the social media landscape.
Hmm. Let me ask you this. I know as a as an artist, I don't like how AI is doing their business. Whoever make up AIs, right? Now, are you afraid that your work will be stolen by, let's say, ChatGPT, for instance?
I mean, I think AI is like posing a threat to basically every facet of like creative endeavors right now, and more than just that, like it's definitely a threat for artists and writers and just other creatives as well, um but but also, I mean, I don't know what I can do about that fear necessarily, besides just keep making my own work. Like, I'm not gonna let it make me so scared that I stop putting my work out there into the
That's
world.
right. That's right. That's right. I mean, that's just giving up, right?
So I mean, I think, like, I mean, who knows like what's gonna happen with the future of generative AI at this point. But I think for now, um, what we can do as creatives is just like kind of push back by like continuing to make our own human made work, and
uh,
it's
you
also
know, if generative AI is the reason why they're stealing right now is because it's still a trick. It's still a program, and only way it can outdo human being is by stealing. You know what I mean? Basically, how they outsteal human being? Steal from everybody, right? You know,
right,
I mean, how do you become better than human being, right? You
right.
steal from everybody. That's what they're doing because then like for instance, they don't know how to draw hands, but all they have to do is steal more data, and you will eventually figure out what type of hand drawing the human being likes, and then you will just draw hands according to what human being likes. That's it. It's not, it's not it's not going to figure out that, oh yeah, the hand will be drawn most beautifully if it does this route. They don't do that kind of problem solving. All they do is look at the data and see what human being likes or
Right. I
don't
mean,
like.
because like the hand is not even like a specific concept to the AI. It just all it knows is the shape of the thing that we recognize
Yeah,
as a hand.
it's just a pattern recognition. That's all it is. But I think eventually that uh, creatives like you and others will prevail because people will get tired of this artificial. Uh, Matter of fact, like for instance, I notice when I go to ChatGPT, they ask you if you could ask for an essay, right? Then you'll give you an essay. You know what? That particular style of an essay, whether it is a copy from AI or not, people will recognize because human beings are good about pattern recognition as well. They'll look at it and go, yeah, "This is just an AI," right? So what? What's that mean? That that thing made a that particular style of writing became popular and because of that, it made it into AI algorithm, right?
Right.
Now because everybody recognized that particular style is a AI recognized, and AI will give you that style all the time. People will go, no, this is not. This is boring. This is done before, or this is done by AI. Even though if somebody really good, that person has to change his style because his style,
Yeah, I think
resembles
that's
AI.
happening to artists as well, where if because there are some artists whose style is just because the AI copied their style so much, now it looks like their art is
Yeah,
AI, which
right.
is really unfortunate.
So that person has to change his style, right? Because that his style has become such a prolific thing that people get tired of it, and then you become an old news. You just become an old news quicker. That's all.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I think new artists will prevail, and then new artists. Will, I have confidence that we will be okay.
Yeah, we gotta keep up the good fight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, otherwise, you know what? Even AI will not grow if we stop altogether, right? I mean, so anyway, it was a wonderful discussion. I really enjoy where you're going with this project. I mean, I love how. Oh, let me go ahead and take this off. You want to let me know if you want to discuss something more. But
No,
let me.
I think that that about does it for me. Oh, nice, nice. I feel like I look very focused. I'm locked in.
Huh? Your
But
focus, huh?
yeah, I'm focused. And I'm glad you got the bunny ears in there too.
Well, yeah, maybe I was going to put other things around it, but I just didn't have a time or concentration. I wanted
Yeah,
to put
too
your Bonnie
too
character in there.
engrossed in talking about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, yes, but but I am making you smile, right? I am making you smile,
Yeah,
right?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think so. I can see it.
All right, so all right, Alan, thanks for the. We probably want to keep it this under like a hour and less than hour 20 minutes. That's good.
Yeah. I don't want to
Yeah.
keep you too long. I gotta run and eat dinner pretty soon anyway.
Okay.
But thank you so much for having me on to talk about the project and for your supporting the campaign directly as well. I really appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming by, and hey, thanks, chat, for uh, thanks, Jeff, Takuya, Christina,
Yeah,
Dan
thank you guys
Compton,
for keeping us
Kenneth.
company.
Yeah, appreciate you guys coming by. I hope you guys. I will provide the link below. Go and support Alan on his fantastic project. Young man is the man is risking a lot of stuff. I mean, just because you made the um, Kickstarter and your project just doesn't in there, and the cost just doesn't in there either, right? So um, you could use all our helps, and appreciate you guys' help. And thanks for coming by, guys. Till next time. Alan out. I'm in out. So.